And Senator Lundy.
Thank you. Yesterday we celebrated International Women's Day on the 8th of March. In past years for International Women's Day, I've highlighted the disadvantages, discrimination and underrepresentation often faced by women. I've spoken of some of the problems of women in other countries and of the courage and leadership shown by women such as Aung San Suu Kyi in Burma, Malala Joya, now forced out of the Afghanistan parliament and still facing constant death threats, or Zilahuma Usman, the Pakistani cabinet minister assassinated in 2007. The oppression of outspoken women such as these continues in many countries, as attested by Dr Hamida Marikan, this year's International Women's Day speaker at Canberra's UNIFEM lunch on last Friday. In Australia, we tend to rely on UNIFEM Australia to focus on the international needs and opportunities for women. UNIFEM is the United Nations Development Fund for Women, providing financial and technical assistance in more than 100 countries around the world for innovative programs and strategies that promote women's human rights, political participation and economic security. Dr Marikan, the Executive Director of the Malaysian organisation Sisters in Islam, spoke of the programs and organisations which can help to redress the lack of opportunities for women. She champions the development of underrepresented groups and talent pools, including women in the workplace. In Australia, of course, we can't be complacent. We still have a way to go before we can claim that everywhere equal opportunity exists for women. The review of the Equal Opportunity for Women in the Workplace Act of 1999 consultation report, released on the 15th of February this year, found that women's earnings remain persistently lower than men's, and that Australia lags behind many other developed countries in terms of women's workforce participation rates. In terms of participation in education and training, the report found that women continue to be overrepresented in areas of study linked to lower earning industries, while men continue to be overrepresented in areas of study linked to higher earning industries. Today, for IWD, I'd like to focus particularly on the opportunities we have in Australia for empowering women in two areas that I am particularly passionate about and interested in, and they're quite disparate. One is sport and one is information and communication technologies. Both of these areas are areas in which women in the past have tended to be underrepresented and sometimes undervalued. This has certainly changed. Through both sport and ICT, women have had opportunities to develop their skills, confidence, networks and support. Last week, I was privileged to be invited to attend CeBIT, the largest IT event of the year, held in Hanover in Germany, to outline the Australian Government initiatives in ICT and our policies with respect to open government and Gov 2.0. And as someone who's been engaged in certainly the Australian Parliament's debate and policy development with respect to IT, and pretty much I think every committee relating to telecommunications and IT since I was elected in 1996, I was very proud to be able to say for the first time that ICT is at the top of the Australian political agenda. Obviously, incredibly important flagship policies like our National Broadband Network, the work of the Gov 2.0 Task Force, the digital education revolution, the reforms taking place in ICT procurement and the ICT reform program across government, and the very important Powering Ideas policy, which outlines the research agenda for the 21st century, all combine to put a significant profile on this incredibly important issue of how technology impacts our lives and how we can put technology to work for our society and our economy. These are all parts of the Australian Government's focus on recreating Australia as a high productivity, innovative, digitally enabled economy, and I'm extremely proud, as I've said many times, of how this set of policies will go about to progressing social equality and providing opportunities for groups that would otherwise endure continuing disadvantage. Mr Acting Deputy President, Australia is the 12th largest ICT market globally and the 5th largest in the Asia Pacific, and the use and development of ICT underpins all industry innovation and sits at the heart of modern business and modern government. More than ever, we need an ICT literate workforce, and we can't afford to neglect to train or employ women in these jobs. We know that in Australia, men outnumber women significantly in the IT professions. In 2009, for example, men represented 78.6% of IT graduates and women 21.4%. Yet the median salary reported for both male and female IT graduates was the same, indicating that opportunities for equal pay exist within this sector. Early ideas that women were not attracted to mastering IT skills and considered many of these occupations as, I can't believe this myself, as boring, have been completely overturned by Generation X and Generation Y, not least in part owing to the fascinating social networking sites that are available and the social dimension of working within the technology field. Perhaps surprisingly too, the fastest growing segment on using social networking, so the application of new technologies, is in fact women of between the ages of 55 and 65 years. So don't be fooled into thinking this is some sort of youth focus either. Women of all generations are interested in the social application of technology. Mr Acting Deputy President, Government 2.0 represents above all engagement and interaction, and Gov 2.0 relates to the interactive web as opposed to the transferring information that we've seen in traditional form onto the web. This is a transformation of the way government delivers services to and engages with citizens, and represents a two-way communications path between government and community, politicians and our constituents, and I think will change the way we do democracy in Australia. With slightly, but a growing number, but with still fewer women than men in Parliament, it's sometimes been difficult for women's concerns to have equal weight, and I think that Gov 2.0 and the development of this interaction with both government and the community and politician and constituent will assist in redressing this imbalance, or at least that's my sincere hope. The development of interactive sites of benefit to women specifically has educated increasingly more women to the benefits of ICT, and one is BCK Online, a personalised interactive portal to meet the information needs of Australian women with breast cancer. I also want to say that for all of the applied social uses of technology, I know that there is a growing group of women who find themselves completely fascinated by the tech. And to the female geeks of Australia, I'd like to shout out to them to say thank you for your commitment to a very demanding sector, but one that can only benefit from your presence. Madam Acting Deputy President, Canberra Day, the Canberra Day holiday yesterday coincided with International Women's Day, and I'd like now to turn my comments to sport. And we had a Sport for Women Day planned as part of the Canberra Festival, and the planned activities focused on encouraging improvement in fitness and participation in physical activity. Sport has provided some wonderful role models of achieving women, and I can't resist mentioning here the success of the Canberra Capitals basketball team in winning their 7th WNBL championship this weekend. The high-profile presence of Lauren Jackson. I note now the ACT Chief Minister has committed himself to building a statue of her, as we have a history of recognising our sporting stars in codes of football. We will also be doing so with Lauren Jackson's presence. I'd also like to offer my congratulations to Carrie Graff and all of the Canberra Capitals. The Capitals have been highly successful even in the absence of Lauren Jackson, but I have no doubt that her presence here spurred on the team spirit and the Canberra's enthusiasm for supporting this, the most successful women's sporting team. And as with involvement in information and communication technologies, sport provides a platform for women to develop their skills, their confidence and their ability to operate obviously in a team. I'll finish on the point that the issue of International Women's Day provides a glorious platform, I think, for the celebration of women's achievements in both sport and ICT. I think we have wonderful examples in both.
Order, Senator Lundy. Your time has expired.